Hello to myself and everybody else. So far today, we're continuing to look at some of my older games. And today, we're still looking at Buy Some Milk. And we're going to be looking at Story 4. This is basically the last story I have out at the moment. I'm currently working on Story 5, which will be the last one for this game. So, we're going to take a look at it. So far, at the end of, well, we'll see it again, but basically for Story 4, again, this all came from me just coming up with Story 3, and I was like, what's the reason for the cow to have to go back home and everything like that? So I decided, why not give it kids or calves? And from there, just kept brainstorming, coming up with other stuff. Originally, Story 4 was supposed to be the last part in this, but I decided to extend it over to Story 5, so Story 4 wouldn't be crazy long, which makes me which in hindsight was a smart idea, because in Story 5 it is very long, and it definitely should be its own story. But I'll stop yapping and go ahead and go to Story 4. So far, just last time we just saw basically the calves just saw their mom get killed in front of them by some random guy who just wanted milk for his cereal. And the calves just, again, very upset about that. So this time, find out what happens. So far, this is just basically the end of Story 2. And again, we already know what really happened with this and all that. So far, got his hands on the cereal, and he can finally eat his stupid breakfast. So far, at the end of Story 2, those sounds were there, and it ended like this. I just didn't cut the music. So far, the calves found them, and, well, we know what they're there for. So far, another theme in this is that, like, I just love that the narrator is just, like, kind of over this story. So far, just the narrator the whole time is just, like, he really hates this guy. So our Story 4, calf counterattack. With this, again, slightly different from the other game as well. This one you can jump. And as with this, you can also double jump. Use it to double jump, you shoot out a little bit of milk, allows you to get a bit higher. Use it to put out fires. And so far, I just have the guy just there near the end of like the stages, just kind of waiting to see what happens. You can press Shift or Alt to switch back and forth between the calves. And so far, same with the cow. They both have their own different properties. So far, the male one moves slightly faster than the female one walking. The female can double jump, while the male, he can dash. But it's not as strong as their mom's because it pushes him back. So where when he hits certain things, it just pushes him back compared to the cow, where she could just do it and she would just like keep moving forward. So far, just the whole thing with this is that like it centers around you having to switch back and forth between both of them, so you can just be able to do different things. And also there's moments like this in the stages as well, where the narrator just kind of shows up and just kind of says things. So far the narrator's trying to figure out like what happened, who are they, why are they after him. So far with this, it just repeats and everything as well. When we get close to the guy, he just runs away, narrator goes away. So far when I made this as well, I was originally kind of nervous that I wouldn't be able to like pull off the switching between characters, because I really never had to do that before. Like with the cow, it was kind of just switch sprites and just switch abilities. With that, I ended up just like getting that to work. I ended up getting that to work and everything. But my biggest concern was, could I come up with a way to make the player have to switch characters consistently, rather than them just like choosing one and just sticking with that one character. It took some time, but I kind of just came up with just like different obstacles and things like that to just kind of help make it so they kind of have no choice but to switch. Which is something that, like, again, I know it's like basic game design, but like, again, as a dude just kind of learning this on his own, a lot of this stuff you don't think about too much until you're just like making this by yourself and going, okay, what makes something like this good? What makes a level challenging and actually kind of like fun to play and not just, you know, really boring? So far here, we made it to our favorite place in the world, the gas station. See the aftermath at the end of story 2. So far the narrator just still going off over here. So far at the end of story 2, you defeated this guy. Now he's back for revenge. So far, something with this one, basically what you have to do in this fight, I kind of put on the wall in the back just a picture of like the male calf dashing into a can, in which that's like the only way really to hurt this guy, because if you just dash into him, you get pushed back. So far, a fun fact about this fight as well, there's actually 2 ways to get past this boss easier, but so far I just kind of only made those just for like people who actually play the game and explore and just try stuff. Oops, so far we're at the point where he's actually throwing fireballs and everything like that. So far, unlike the female cat, the male one cannot like dash just like through fire or just through projectiles. So you just have to avoid stuff. Well, like I said, there's like ways to get past this, like another way and stuff like that too and all, but it's mostly meant for somebody who just like plays it a bunch, experiments, and just, you know, try things that people may not like normally try. It's not really mandatory though. Like, again, you can still play this just completely normal, but it does get really more challenging with that. Plus, another thing with this fight is that it's to get you used to just switching back and forth between them and just learning what they can do. Yeah, I end up getting pushed out. So far, something I do want to say about this game and everything is that, like, I do still actively update the game and everything while I work on it. Like, when I'm working on Story 5, if I find anything wrong with it, like when I'm replaying it or anything, I just, like, still make sure to just, like, update the game, try to give it, like, just try to, like, make the stuff in it better as much as I can. So far, again, if anybody ever sees anything in it, just let me know. I'll, like, try to go back and fix it and everything like that. But, yeah, so far with this game and everything as well, again, just stuff where just, like, make it more difficult. You have to switch back and forth, learn what the characters and stuff, like, can do and all that. So far, if anybody actually ever does play this and they do find, like, the 2 strategies, so far, props to you for playing enough to figure it out. So far, the thing I repeat the most about these fights is that, like, the only way to do them is just to do them. That's it. So far, there's no, like, gimmick or trick. Well, I say that, but, like, with this, if you can find it, you can use it. But usually with these, I end up, like, just testing them, like, just the actual way a bunch just to make sure. And I do test the other ways to make sure it doesn't, like, crash the game or anything like that. But I will say, in one of these ways, you can get past this fight pretty easily. If you do that, you kind of miss the obligatory scene that I always put in, like, this story. And who would want to miss something like that? Yeah, so far another thing with this too is just that, like, so far in the back where it just says, like, bad eggs, it's just a bit between me and, like, somebody else. Again, that will make no sense to anyone else, but basically just a thing just for me and possibly the other person if they play it. I really doubt they ever will. And I probably doubt they'll probably ever see this video and stuff either. Sometimes being greedy doesn't help you at all. But that's another thing with this boss fight. It can just take a while because you're just, like, waiting for something to be able to hit them with. Again, being greedy get you killed. But who knows? Like I said, we have... Never mind. Sometimes having full health is the run as well. Or having 2 hearts. Maybe even 1. But usually we have 1, that absolutely usually is the run. You'll win right then and there, just 1 health. Trying not to be greedy. So far, just being patient and just sticking with that easier, just low can just, like, make it better. Or sometimes getting greedy can help too. So far the guy just finally exploded. And so far, hopefully, that's the end of the gas station on story 4 out of 5. Yeah, something with this stage and everything here if I remember correctly, when it came down to making the music and everything for this, yeah, I absolutely, like a madman, rushed. I just rushed to make the music, and because of that, the music in this really didn't turn out like super good. In my opinion, like, it really was not good at all. So far, again, in the future, I will probably try to... In the future, I will try to just, like, go back and just see if I can remake the music. Maybe not actually put it in the game, but just see if I can just remake it on my own, just, like, for my own sake. Who knows, in the future I might remake this game. I probably doubt it, because I doubt anyone's gonna actually play this. But, just a thing just to do for me. Some of that just makes it a bit tougher, just that since the male calf isn't as strong as, like, their mom, I don't know why I just did that. So far, because the male calf isn't as strong as their mom, he gets pushed back by stuff that he dashes into, and that legit can just, like, make it, like, tougher to just get through things. And so far, just the thing you're seeing that the female calf is doing, so far Milk is just putting out the fuse on the TNT. I should probably retry this, but I'm too stubborn. Like I said again, last life might be the run. Unless you mess up. Why do I keep doing that? Yep, did on my first try. So far, just the narrator and everything just still going on. So far saying it can't be his fault. But yeah, so far with this, you can just tell lava on one side, him over here. So far, to do that. Yep, if this is a chase scene right here. So far, this stage right here, yeah, you die in one hit from the lava. At least there's no load times or anything, but something with this you gotta do, you gotta get really good at just like switching back and forth between characters. And so far, just like knowing like what each character can do, I messed up. So far for each part, you're basically fine until like you get a set distance away. You have to get good at just switching your characters. And again, to me, this isn't really that tough, but if somebody else, I can see them struggling on it. Like, you can just rest and everything here and stuff for a bit too, catch your breath, then go again. And do something stupid like that. Yeah, the music as well, like I said again, not really my favorite in the world, but again, I was like rushing when I made this, which is something I remember I just had to do because I think I had like a day or something of summer or something left when I got to the end of this, so I just had to go. So far, the narrator just pleading to make a deal. So far, the narrator just really doesn't like this guy or care for him too much. And so far this, you gotta run from a giant mole. And just don't mess up like I just did. My hand just slipped. It's the thing, like I said, I make this like look really easy. But I know if somebody plays this like completely blind, they're gonna struggle. Or if they do stupid stuff like I'm doing. The mole is on our tail because I forgot how like quick this thing is. You got to go. You have no time to mess around at all. I don't know why I just did that. So far we got here way faster than before last time. But so far the mole is still on his way. But either way, we got out. With this, we're back in the jungle. Or the woods, whatever you want to call it. I still love how sarcastic this narrator is. Yeah, something with this that just hearing this music again, yep, it's bringing back memories. I definitely rushed because I was like, how do I make a theme that was like as good as the first one? And I clearly did not do that. Because this theme is like, the music to me here, it's not that good. Because I definitely like rushed, and because again, it takes like a year between each time I make each stage, music, and all that. I definitely lost like any, well, let's call it skill in making music. So with that, it's like just trying to relearn all that. I was just like horrible at it. Just love the fact that the narrator just like arguing with the guy who doesn't talk. I don't know why I switched. So far, more disappearing blocks. Yeah. The thing that's most messed up about this again, like, I'm still playing this from the time I like played the last story. So it's around like 6:10 a.m. right now. And yeah, just I'm going to probably be messing up. I am just like kind of tired. But with that, just again, just still trying my best and everything on this. Yeah, this stage here, okay. This stage right here, yeah, this stage was like, if I remember correctly, it is like slightly difficult. So this whole stage itself is just you going up. So it just like prioritizes using the female calf, because the whole time you've just been like prioritizing using the male one. So I just wanted to like switch it up a bit. And just the fact that I have the logs and stuff like this too, it just makes you have to like wait and see what's going to happen. But so far, the thing I do remember with this is that like I basically just kind of like sit around and just think about like all the levels, because this, like, besides story 3 where I basically just had to like, yeah, these jumps are kind of tough to make. I remember this, like, Craig, you gotta just be precisely on the edge. You gotta be confident. Yeah, and again, this only gets like tougher as it goes on. And you can also get stuck in the blocks though as well. So you have to just kind of like time it. I can just do this the actual way, but I'm just kind of stubborn right now. You know what? Moment. Do it the other way. There we go. And basically, you have to just do it again and not get stuck in the logs. Okay, that time, yeah, just barely got stuck in it. Yeah, I couldn't remember how far to go. Always have safe zones and everything everywhere. But yeah, like I was saying though, when it comes down to the other stories like that too as well, when it comes down to the other stories as well, like trying to, like specifically as I was saying before, with story 3, when I was trying to, sometimes that does happen. Like, these blocks can be a little bit finicky sometimes. But yeah, when I was trying to do like story 3, I had to just come up with reasons for the player to switch back and forth. And so with this, just having to brainstorm ideas for stuff, it was kind of difficult. And so far, this guy's back. Yeah, same thing with this boss fight as well. I basically tried to make it so this one you just basically have to just kind of wait for him to hit the ground and everything like that, while just avoiding like all the obstacles and everything. In reality, again, it does look a bit easier and you just kind of run back and forth. But as you keep going, it does get more difficult because it takes him longer to get down to the ground. And stuff like that happens. And sometimes like that, you just can't hit him. So far there are strategies and stuff too as well to kind of like make this fight a bit easier on yourself. But so far I'm just going to do it like just the basic way, just, you know, waiting for him to get to the ground, hitting him and everything. Something else about this fight too is the fact that the less life he has, the quicker it takes for him to recover. The longer it takes for him to recover, so he has more iframes. And the quicker he'll go back up in the air, and the longer he'll stay in the air. So far, if I had to say about the boss fights in this compared to like 1, 2, and 3, the boss fights are not as difficult as they were in 3. Like, you're not gonna, well, what I mean difficult, actually those fights were easy. But what I mean is just that, like, there's really no fights like they were in Story 3, so just something like that, you know, you won't get like the challenge and stuff you probably want, but still, you just basically get things like this where it's just kind of like, you know, trial and error, just having to take your time. Something with a lot of these fights and everything like that as well is that it does take a decent amount of patience. Which tends to be the theme of like majority of these other boss fights. They aren't just like, you can just like brute force most of them. You can't just like stand there and just be like, I would just like brute force this fight. Like, you have to be patient and just like learn the patterns. So you have to just play a lot over and over again. Got a little too close to that. I remember originally with this, there was actually more monkeys that would show up during this. I know, so far that would have made the fight still a bit too easy, but again, sometimes you gotta let people breathe, because not everybody can, you know, do what the person who made it can do, so, you know. Oh yeah, sometimes you're probably noticing just like the different obstacles that are showing up just like randomly and all that. Again, all these are supposed to be showing up like constantly and all that. But again, it could just be random when they appear. So sometimes you can play this and just, you might not see some of these enemies or obstacles. Because it's not like a thing where it's like, oh, it's based on how many times you died or something. Like, no. It just really, it's random on what appears and when. You gotta learn like what they do from just, again, trial and error, just playing the game. Oh yeah, something I didn't think about and stuff too to mention before is that like in Story 3, the ending of the cow fight, yeah, you can actually win that fight. Just something I kind of just forgot to mention in that video, but you can win that fight and get like a different ending. But so far, again, just kind of leave some stuff mysterious, so if anybody ever goes back and play it, they have something to aim for. Oh yeah, and if you beat the game and everything, and then just go to continue, it will take you to like the last boss where it's saved at, just right before that last fight. So you don't have to worry about like having to go through the, you know, you don't have to worry about the easy road fight boring you or anything like that. You can just go, oh okay, I can just go directly to the actual like difficult thing with just you know, the final boss. So far it's probably Stockholm for me just hearing this a bunch, but again, The music to this, again, didn't like it and stuff like that too, but it's growing on me because I'm hearing it a decent amount, so. So far, there is actually an easier way to beat this guy and everything too. But again, I want to do it the legit way, just so nobody thinks it's like, oh, there's an easier way, then that means it's the only way to beat him. I'm like, no, you can do the other thing, or just do it like this as well. But again, a thing with this story I did actually just like try to start doing was implementing more ways to just like get past stuff, rather than it just being one way of just like, you know, learn the attacks, defeat the boss. So far, just from trial and error and experimenting with other things, you can also do like other stuff as well. You know what, for those who stuck around and literally just watched the whole video and didn't skip or anything, so far I'll show you just a way to do more damage to him. So far, when he comes down and everything like that too, you basically can just like basically do two things. You can do one, double jump, switch, and hit him just to keep constantly doing damage. Or if you want, you can just use the milk jump as well when he's on the ground, because actually I think does the 3 hits to him rather than just one. Again, that's just for people who actually sit here and watch the whole thing, because I know most people are probably gonna like skip ahead. Well, what I mean, most people, I'm the only one who's probably watching this, so yeah, it really doesn't matter. At most, if this is the one I actually win and stuff with, then people probably actually just see that strategy and everything. Yep, that's how I won. Just dashing, just hit him once in the air. Starts freaking out. So far, him and the bird gets abducted by an alien. I just still love this. You survived? I mean, we did a pretty good job back there. We should forget our differences and be friends. Right? And I just love how they just slowly are like, no. So far, I just added this scene as a transition, just so you know, like, how they get to this point. So you won't just be like, how they get from the mountain, how they get from the woods and the mountain to the road. Yeah, with this is a stage that, again, a bit interesting. Same thing with the meter at the very top. Basically, when you're on the ground and running, you're the male calf, and you can just like, basically you have your dash in front of you and everything and stuff too on the ground. When you double jump, you turn into the female calf because she's the only one who can really jump as high. So far, again, this stage, just something I found really interesting to do. The thing about this as well is just that, again, like, there's like little things you can do in this stage as well that, again, is actually pretty obvious if you just like try just various different things. But again, just I'll see if I can just like leave it as a surprise, unless I accidentally do it here. I just still love that this whole thing is just like, again, just a bunch of stuff just like on the road, just flaming tires, cars, potholes and everything. Didn't jump high enough. And with this, it's just a matter of just paying attention to what's flashing. Pay attention to the order and you should be fine. So far, you're probably wondering how does a pothole hurt somebody like running on the road. It's like being at the beach and there just being like a hole in the ground when you're just like running or something. Again, with this, you're running like 100 miles an hour on the road, so yeah, like you would be hurt. Same thing, I always die near the end each time. So far, I don't know how I'm dying on this very easy stage. Again, all the road stages, super easy, by far. Again, it's probably because I'm playing this super like late, like 6:30, 4 a.m. and just a little bit tired. So just use that as an excuse why I'm dying in such like easy stages. Again, nothing I really make is ever like too difficult or difficult at all. Again, that's something I should work on. Try actually putting some challenge in my games. But again, this is all learning experience, so I'll try to make my other stuff like a bit more difficult. Actually, you know, just give people actually some challenge and everything, you know? Again, with the music, this was another thing that with the music, I was like, this really isn't that good. But again, it just, like, when it comes to a lot of my stuff, I'm like really hard on myself. I just messed that one up. So far I'm just, again, it's early. But yeah, when it comes to a lot of my work and all that, like if it's my drawing or like me learning how to draw or learning how to make music, learning how to make a game and all that on my own, like I am really like tough on myself because I really don't know why. I just feel like I can do better a lot of the time. Just even though, again, I still know like I'm learning, it takes time to do stuff, and you know, it can just like take a while to be able to do something. But just for some reason for me, I'm just like, yeah, I should be able to just do this like quicker. So far, it might have to do with the fact that like I'm almost done with college. Like I'll be graduating like this year, and I don't really have that much time left before I have to like get a job and, you know, just like basically have to make my games stuff on the side and slowly try to improve on my stuff. When that happens, I'll still like keep trying to make my videos stuff for myself to like be able to pay attention to what I'm doing and try to like improve and get better. But it's just, you know, having to do all that and everything, I'm like royally messing up. But just having to like do all that and everything and stuff too is just one of those things where like it makes it feel like I have to just like rush through like my stuff and all that. Like just rush through like learning, just try to rush and get better at programming, try to rush and get better at like making music and drawing and all that as well. When in reality, like I should just take my time and just, you know, try stuff, just see what I can do. Because like with these videos and everything, I slowly am just like looking through the work and just like trying stuff, and I feel like I am getting a little bit better. Like if I just like step back, stop being like tough on myself, I am getting like a little bit better. I really should just pay attention to this, but just again, just it's late, tired, and so far just like it makes me ramble a lot more, just like in all my videos. But yeah, just one of those things where I probably should just like stop being as tough on myself and just like legit, you know, focus on the fact that I am learning some stuff and getting better. So yeah, just everything like that. Yeah, so far again, I'll just go and like stop rambling and everything now and just like actually try to just get through it, jump cut all my deaths and just jump to the ending and all that when I get past it, or unless I say something else in the middle of that. But oh yeah, but there is one other thing I did want to mention and stuff like that too, is that I'm blanking because I'm like half falling asleep. What was I going to say? I'll just jump to when I remember it. Oh yeah, I remember what it was. So far with these videos and stuff like that too, this is like just the one with the commentary and everything like that too. They're kind of like a rambling video of mine, but I will also release the iteration of these where it's just like the part where I get past it, so somebody can use this as a like just kind of tutorial or whatever. So if anybody's like, how did somebody get past this, or is it possible, they can just like see the completed run and just see that it is actually doable. Okay, now time to do this for real. So far we're just back here. He's on the road. So far this idea was still just a ridiculous one I came up with. So far the car can't hurt you until it's like tangible. I just wanted to just say that out the way. But yeah, so far again it's the ghost car. So far just the ghost of the car that like the dude from I'm tired. The guy from story 1 ended up killing just for his like he thought was milk on top of his car. Again, it might be because I'm tired, but like, no lie, the music, like I said before, a lot of this, I was, like my first day, I was like, it's terrible, but it's starting to grow on me a little bit because I am kind of tired, and it's been like story 4, so it's been like a year since I made this. Oh yeah, that sound. that sound means we're at the halfway point. That's when this car can just like disappear, go completely intangible, like an actual ghost. Or not intangible, invisible. And the thing about this is it can just show up or disappear at any random time. And what makes that terrifying is the fact that even while he's driving and stuff too, he can just randomly show up just like that, disappear, just randomly show up right in your face. But when he's invisible, he can't hurt you until he's tangible again. Just again, utterly terrifying. And the fact that I didn't even die from him, it was a bag of chips. That's how I died. But yeah, this random idea and everything too, like, this basically I came up with, again, just before a class, just sitting around going, okay, what can I do for a boss? And I just randomly thought, I was like, okay, after, like, just basically the direction it was going, I was like, after the forest, what happened last time? Oh yeah, guy got taken up by a bird, went in the air and fought a plane. I was like, let's not do the road. I was like, how can we lead back to the farm? And I was like, the only way back to the farm was the road. So I was like, you know what, why not do another road stage? But the only thing is, with the road stage, I was like, what's going to be the boss and stuff? So I was like, you know what, why not? Let's just make it a ghost car. Which I was like, how am I going to do this? I'm going to actually make this difficult or an actual fight. And somehow I did it. It's always the bag of chips. And there it is. He's gone. Have to just pay attention to what he does, when he's going to show up, when he's going to disappear, what was the last thing he was doing. Won't lie, it does add a little bit of RNG to it, so I can understand that, like, just makes somebody mad. I can absolutely understand that. Because he just disappeared and he's... So far he's terrifying like an actual ghost. And he's gone again, and that's actually scary. It's during those moments right there where it's terrifying. Oh, this is a thing I did not actually mean to program, but it somehow works out. When he's slow, yep, he'll do that. He'll slowly go to one side and then just speed back the other way. That was actually, I'm restarting. That was actually not intentional, but it worked out somehow. I have no idea how or why he does that, but it works as an obstacle. You just have to know when he's going slow, he's about to just like turn around. Yep, just like that. Again, not intentional, no idea why or how he even does that. Somehow it just works. And I'm about to, you know what, I'm early, let's retry it. So far with this song and everything like that, another thing about this that's just like crazy to me is that, like, the part where the music goes crazy, which I think is about to come up, I just like improvised that crap. Yeah, so far that part, I just put down random notes and it just the sound just came out like that, and I was like, you know what? I don't mind it too much. Let's roll with it. Get him on one heart. This could be the run. It was almost the end of the run. and he's gone. Oh no. At least you know when the objects start spawning, he's like just flying around near the top, so it's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Like, he's at least flying around near the top. It's just when he goes invisible during moments like that, it is the definition of terrifying. You don't know when he's going to show back up. You don't know what he's going to do. You just have to kind of hope. And I have to hope he does not do that. That's why I jumped. I knew something was going to happen. I'm restarting. Again, hopefully this does not take as long as the very easy tank or the easy police fight. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. As you can guess, I died again. Or you probably just saw it. Again, I'm tired, so I'm just like all over the place here. But again, imagine just being this guy. Just one day, he just, you know, went to the store and all that. Just come back home. All of a sudden, just some random dude chases your car down, starts throwing rocks at it. You're terrified. He just somehow destroys your car, which, again, you're driving like full speed on what happens to be just like empty road, which you're lucky that there was like nobody else on the road. And then from there, just like, dude destroys your car. It blows up, you die. He takes your orange juice thinking it's milk, disappointed, leaves, and it's like, oh well. Like, just all that, just this terrible stuff just happens to you, no reason. Just because somebody else needed some milk. Just to get that vengeful, you come back as a ghost, and even then you don't even haunt the right guy. You just say, anybody on this road gets it. And just apparently it's these two for some reason. Not even the guy who killed you. Just specifically anyone. Oh god, he's invisible again. Somehow that also gave you the ability. He just teleported. He just went through. Where is he? No, I jumped too early. Again, he legit gets terrifying when he does this because I don't know where he is. Okay, so he's still in the air because there's still snacks falling down. He's going to come back. Okay, good, he didn't. He's doing something. So close to the end, and he's doing some crazy crap work. Oh my god, we made it. And somehow the aliens abducted a ghost. Again, this narrator. It's still like that. The burning car is still there. Nobody went to go check on it. The thing that's crazy about this too is the fact that like this is all happening like in the same day. Like, dude woke up, went to go get milk, town got destroyed, did all this carnage, went to a farm, killed a cow, which led the calves to want him dead. And then from there, just going back to all these places to basically escape them. All of this basically in the same day. Not even like talking about the other stuff he did. Just all that destruction and carnage, abducted by aliens, fighting a bunch of people, like destroying a bunch of stuff to get milk. Then he basically goes out, do it all again to get cereal. While all that's going on, a cow is basically abducted by aliens, go back to the farm to see his kids. From there, this random guy just shows up, kills their mom. They seek revenge on him, which leads them to go after him. They run around through a bunch of stuff. I hate this chicken and I'm stuck. That's why you hit R to retry, or you go to the pause menu and hit retry. So far, just multiple ways to do stuff. And we're going to retry again by just hitting R. Again, it is like almost 7 a.m. I am like out of it. And it's making me play sloppy just being tired. Yeah, another thing about this too, and all with their design and everything, is that like with both of them, I just had to do something to make them both seem different from each other. And with that, I just decided to do like give him polka dots basically, and give the girl just like a bee kind of pattern, as well as just give like one a bow and the other one horns, so it just like indicates who can do what. So it's just like really clear that like the male one can dash, she can just like double jump and everything, basically based on the signs. Again, just had to make these designs up on the fly because I really didn't plan that ahead until I was making them, and I was like, what do I do to set them apart? And so far the designs have grown on me. I just still like just them arguing. I'm just gonna let this play out. So far from that, just the narrator just kind of figured out like why the calves are mad at them and why they want them dead. So far, moo in peace. Moother. Moo from moo. Moo. Truer words have never been said. So far, he understands now. He killed your mom. The guy in blue. Yep, that he messed up. Narrator just doing all that talking. So far, that was the toughest fight I made this entire game. I'm so sorry to anyone that plays this in the future and has to deal with just how tough that is. Again, I loved writing for just this narrator. I really did. As far as I know of, nobody probably finds this funny whatsoever, but to me it's hilarious. And so far with that, in story 4. And currently working on the last part, working on story 5. But after playing that, again, I definitely feel like I improved a bit when it came to the bosses. They do take more patience. It's not just like stand there, just mash a button. As well as it legit, I already said it takes patience. I'm tired of repeating myself, but it does take patience. And there is like a variety of stuff, mostly just kind of waiting. I'm still repeating myself. Just again, mechanically with 2 different characters, I feel like I did pretty good, making the player have to switch, giving them like an equal amount of stuff to do. And just with that and everything, I do feel like I have improved from stories 1 all the way to 4. And I hope that when I get to story 5, I can show that I improved even more. And I promise that I will try to get better with the music. Because again, to me, the music sounds the worst in story 4 because I was rushing. But again, going back, it's not as bad as I thought. I was just being really tough on myself. So there's that. But yeah. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.